So what do we like so far from your San Antonio Spurs in the preseason?
You are Locked On Spurs, your daily San Antonio Spurs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Locked On Spurs. We're doing the Locked On NBA Network. I'm your host, Jeff Garcia, Spurs writer for Ken's Fighting San Antonio. Glad to have y'all back. Hope you're having a great day. And as always, we thank y'all for making Locked On Spurs your first and only spot for all things San Antonio Spurs. From iTunes, Spotify, the Ken's Fight Plus app, YouTube. Go subscribe right now. We definitely appreciate it. Keep on being an everydayer. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets used across the app. Hit FanDuel.com to get started. What are we chatting about today? Well, the Spurs, as of this recording, pretty much undefeated in the preseason, 3-0. There's a lot of things to like about them. We're going to try to be positive. The rule for this episode is you cannot pick something that we don't like. That'll be for another episode of Locked On Spurs. But what do we like so far from your San Antonio Spurs through the preseason? I get it, but there's still some positive signs. And then later on the show, we'll talk about Locked On Spurs fan comments. You guys are being chatty today. Yeah, today, yesterday, this whole week, leading up to today's episode, a lot of comments. We'll pick one. We'll pick one today, so we'll do that. Let's go to welcome our guest. He is Rudy Campos with the Sports Answer. You can find that on YouTube. I had the privilege to be his in-studio guest, his first one, him and Derek Gervin. We got to chat a lot about the San Antonio Spurs. I did some NFL picks, and man, were my picks bad. Yeah, it's horrible. Rudy, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. He's also with Sweep the League. Make sure to follow him on X at Sweep the League, and of course, Sports Answer on YouTube. More of that later. Rudy, so Silver and Black, man, undefeated, huh?
Feels good. Feels good to hear undefeated. I know it's preseason, but
yeah,
you know, when you think undefeated, you think, oh, it's just preseason. But if fans are paying attention, there's a lot of good things to like you mentioned. I think there's more good than bad if you're thinking about it.
Yeah, and let's just make this very clear, okay, everybody? This is recorded before the Indiana game, which was yesterday. Yeah. So keep that in mind, all right? Hopefully they're still undefeated. But even if they're 3-1, there's still some good things about this team. So I'm going to start us off. And right off the bat, could we say perhaps the three-point shooting is being answered? So I got a shot chart here. This is via Synergy Sports. Look at that, Rudy. Look at that.
Nice.
It looks like we got a lot of inside game, obviously, with Cornet and Wemby, so that makes a big difference. But look at that shooting so far through 3 games. 48% from the 3 line on the, I guess in this case, the right-hand side of your screen there above the arc. Right down the middle, 40%, 8 for 20, even inside the arc at the top of the key. 58% shooting. And you got 80% on the left, bottom left there on the wing. It looks like there's some in and out game, which I think they're going to have to really do, especially with Wemby and Cornet. And dare I say, some three-point shooters are emerging from Champagnie to Waters to Flagler. Hopefully Minix gets going. I like to see this because this is where the Spurs are going to beat you, Rudy. Just use it as a shot chart. They're going to beat you from the outside and the inside with the big guys that they got. I like what I see from this shot chart. What do you like?
I like what I see as well. You know, you're seeing a lot of shots in the paint. And that's something that I've been wanting Victor to do. But you're seeing him get to the basket, you know, as he bulked up. He's starting to hit players before they get to him, which is very, very key. That was after you mentioned on the Sports Answer by Derek Gervin. And yeah, I mean, the shot chart looks good. They're shooting about 31% in the last couple of games against Miami and also against Utah.
Put it back up there for you real fast.
Yeah. But what you like to see is the consistency. I mean, 40% from straight on 3-point range to 48.4, as you guys can see, are struggling on that one side of the court when it comes to 3-point range. But again, it's not bad when you look at the overall average as well. But what it shows here is that they are being more consistent as a team shooting wise. I know 3-point shooting was a massive concern for the Spurs, but shooting in general was a problem for San Antonio. So seeing that they've added guys, you know, they had Champagnie, but adding guys like Lindy Waters, who was an unknown, you know, to a lot of Spurs fans coming in, he's shooting the ball lights out. Well, I want to see a guy that's going to be in Austin, obviously, but who could later on make a difference. A guy like David Jones Garcia, who had a massively good summer league. He had a really good game against Utah. So they've got shooters. We haven't even seen De'Aaron Fox, who can shoot the ball as well on the court. We're not getting any Stephon Castle as well. So I think what you're seeing is you're seeing a great start to the preseason for the Spurs
Sure.
shooting wise, but you still got players that can actually put the ball in the back, ball in the bucket as well, that are sitting out right now. So could the shooting percentage rise even more, Jeff?
Nah, maybe. I think it will. I think it will, because we haven't really seen Castle in the preseason.
Yeah.
What if his shot has improved? I'm not expecting him to be Steph Curry or Dale Ellis or anything like that. Just an improvement. I'll take it. So we don't know that. Dylan Harper got his first burn, and again, he hit a 3, but we got to see if he can be consistent. So you like the start, but let's just see if it goes on. But nevertheless, I love what I'm seeing, because I think that's how the Spurs are going to devastate teams this year. Inside with Wemby, Cornette, Olynyk, well, maybe, attacking the rim from Keldon, in that paint area there. But if they can keep up that outside threat, then this team could probably be really tough to defend, and that'll equal some W's this season. Here's another thing I like that I'm seeing from the Spurs overall, and this is interesting. So let me get your thoughts on this.
Sure.
So after 3 games, all right, when it comes to the type of possessions, so whether that be a transition possession, a pick and roll possession, spot up possession, that's what I'm talking about here. But this is pretty cool. So Synergy Sports has them rated excellent so far this preseason through 3 games in cutting type of possession. So cutting to the basket, cutting to the rim, cutting to the paint. They're rated 90% so far among all NBA teams in the preseason right now. They're averaging 1.6 points per possession in cutting possessions. So what I like about that is this, and by the way, in that type of play, they're also shooting about 84% in cutting possessions as well. I like it because, again, with those big guys that they have, they're going to create a lot of space. So, and also you have the horses to do that. Keldon, we know he can cut to the rim, finish at the basket. We know Harper can attack the rim. We know Castle can attack the rim. We know Fox can do that too. We know Barnes is pretty good at it too. Oh my God. I think they're going to have to really rely on that, and really just, because I think we forget about this, Rudy. Collectively, this team, they have a lot of cutters, and they can do some damage in those type of possession. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so you're seeing, so what's crazy is, we're going from the Pop era to now the Mitch Johnson era. And, a lot of Tim Duncan era with Pop is going to be 4 down. Everybody remembers that, Spurs fan. So it's dropping into the post, kind of work your way inside and out, stuff like that. Then you started to see the beautiful game in that finals run against Miami, ball movement. You're starting to see that with Mitch Johnson. But the biggest key here is off the ball movement, and you hit it right on the head, man. They are cutting to the basket. They are setting these off screens. It's a big time motion offense for San Antonio. Credit the guys on the coaching staff, Sweeney, Williamson, Rashard Lewis, name a few, that are here working with the guys and helping install Mitch's system on the offensive side of the ball. I'm actually glad you pointed that out, because, and you and I talking, I mentioned to you that the fact that I really like the offensive side of things for them, it's totally different. You're seeing Victor a lot more active. His assists have gone up, and he had like 7 or 6 assists in one game recently. But you're seeing the ball movement go and go. It's going to take a lot of wear and tear off of Victor. I would love to see him in the post more, but if he's able to drive to the basket, that's going to open up a whole lot of doors for this team to score, in the 120s, 130s, and it's going to rely on their shooting. But you're right on that, man. 100%. I will agree with you. The ball motion, the ball movement, the motion offense, heading to the basket screen. Every single guy, and I'm going to say with the exception of Harrison Barnes, because of his age, because he's not a young spring chicken anymore. But a lot of these guys, you're going to see Harper get a whole lot of buckets. Carter Bryant, De'Aaron Fox, a lot of these guys cutting to the basket. You're going to see a lot of layups by the Spurs. It's actually a really good thing, man. It's going to keep the defenses guessing all season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and by the way, In case you're wondering, what is the best type of, stat transition that the Spurs have been playing well? Again, even rates higher than the cutting transitions. No shocker here, Rudy. Pick and roll. Pick and roll. Yeah, 95% in the preseason among NBA teams. They average about 1.7 points per possession every time they run the pick and roll. And so far, they're averaging 9 points in pick and roll situations. The second best transition play the Spurs are doing this year, or at least through the preseason, it's actually not cutting plays. It's handoffs. Interesting. Handoffs. They average about 1.6 points per possession, and they're averaging about 8.7 points per game in those type of situations through the preseason. And then it's the cutting to the rim, cutting to the basket. So pick and roll, handoffs, and cuts. Expect a lot of that this upcoming season from your San Antonio Spurs. All right, so I gave you a couple things that I like from the Spurs so far through preseason play. What does Rudy like from the San Antonio Spurs? Let's discuss that and more right here on Locked On Spurs.
The NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets used across the app. You'll love FanDuel because it's just fits everything you need. You can build a same-game parlay, do player props, jump into live action as the action unfolds. Make every moment more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. Quick, easy, the best way to add a little more energy to Sundays. Cowboys have started their season. Texans are starting their season, so might as well jump on FanDuel right now. Ready to play? Download the FanDuel app right now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. Hey, let's talk about Monarch Money. Most people can't name their financial accounts or even know what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And whether you don't have the full picture, you could end up leaving money on the table. That's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you've been putting off organizing your finances, Monarch will help you. How about this? Monarch does the heavy lifting. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Hey, can you identify that you're not saving as much as you thought? Monarch can help you. They'll give you a notice of insufficient investment allocation and discover forgotten 401ks from past jobs. Maximizing investments, increasing your savings rate. You can easily review your finances with your partner or financial advisor, keeping a clear view of your financial health week to week and long term. Look, don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONNBA.
We're back right here on Locked On Spurs, joined by Rudy Campos, and we had an appearance by the Iceman himself. Did y'all see that? And balling for the Spurs there.
Yeah, I did end up seeing it. That's actually pretty cool, man. I hadn't seen that before.
So, Iceman, came on Locked On Spurs. I wish the real Iceman of Spurs lore would come on, but a guy can dream, Rudy. A guy can dream.
You never.
All right, Rudy. So I gave you a couple things that I like so far from the Spurs this preseason. Again, everybody, just as a reminder, Rudy and I are talking about this after the Spurs, their first game against the Pacers, and then they'll play again this week. So keep that in mind moving forward. All right, Rudy, what do you like?
So the biggest thing that I do like, obviously, is the shooting percentage. I mean, they're shooting, close to 50% for as a team collectively. So I think take the Miami game, they shot about 46.5%. Of the Utah game, they were shooting almost 48% from the field. Shooting 50% almost. That's great. You're gonna win majority of your games shooting that way when it comes to NBA basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing I really, really am enjoying for them in the preseason, Jeff, is the sudden urge of attacking the basket.
Oh, yes.
Sudden urge of making themselves known and saying, hey, we are here. You've seen Victor get to the basket. You've seen the ball moving. The connection between him and Cornette. You saw Dylan Harper come into the game for the first time against the Utah Jazz. He got to the basket. He was cutting hard. His first basket as a Spur was a layup that he caught. It's been great ball motion. It's been great movement. You see the automatic connection between Dylan and Luke Cornette as well. So that's what I'm loving, is the cohesiveness of the team already. We did not know how well this team was going to gel under Mitch Johnson. Plus, adding two really good high first-round picks this year in Carter Bryant and Dylan Harper, we thought, you know what, it may take a little bit of time for them to mesh. No, it's taken no time at all. That is the biggest thing for me right now. The biggest positive is this team seems like they've played together for years on years, and they've been coached by Mitch Johnson for years on years. That is very rare to see. I'm loving it. I'm liking it. Cornette's come in. I can't wait to see Olynyk come in. This is going to be a team that's going to be gelling from day one.
Yeah, and think about this too. This is a team that's in preseason are not at full power. Sohan really hasn't played. Castle hasn't played. Harper barely started getting his minutes.
Out.
Yeah, Olynyk hasn't been playing.
Mm-hmm.
So can you imagine what this team will be at full power once everything's going?
Yeah.
So keep that in mind too. And think about it too. They're keeping a lot of these players on minutes restriction. We saw recently in a game, Wemby played a half, and that was it for the day game. And another thing I like about this too is that they're letting the other guys that are on the bubble to show out, to make their case to beat in San Antonio versus Austin, or maybe without a job. We saw David Jones Garcia play superb versus Utah in overtime. Of course, Lily Waters hitting those threes. So nevertheless, so far so good. I like that. That chemistry is there. And it's only going to get better once everybody comes back at full strength. What else do you like from the Spurs team?
Well, I will say that whoever doesn't make the main squad, the Austin team is going to be pretty good. Let's be honest.
They're going to be super good.
I think what I like, and this is kind of more of a deep down discussion, is I like the response by the players to the new coaching staff. I really like that, this coaching staff is able to get to the players. It's all new coaches with the exception of Mitch Johnson, who, again, pretty much a rookie head coach. He did coach last year, but considering this is pretty much his rookie season, you don't know the response he gets from the players. But bringing in a new coaching staff, they seem like they're gelling all together. And that, to me, that's a big thing right there, because sometimes players don't respond, especially in today's sports, not just NBA, in today's sports. Players have attitudes. Players, put themselves first. They don't like to listen to coaches. Seems like these guys are actually, one-on-one with coaches. They're doing a fantastic job. That goes a lot to RC and Pop as well, helping build this coaching staff. But that's why I said it's kind of a deep down for me, because you lose Coach Pop as a coach. You know how he works with players. Just to see these guys accept the new coaching staff, it's going to be a great season as long as they can continue to believe in the coaching staff, and that's a big plus for me right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and there's so many other things you can like from this first squad as well. Definitely, you're seeing the rise of the youth. Like the younger guys are definitely filling in. The roles that they're going to be filling in from Keldon. He's pretty much established that. Sohan, he hasn't really played much, but you can already expect him to understand his roles, to be the dirty player, that dirty worker, scrappy player. And then you're seeing other roles being defined. Wemby is the guy. You're seeing what did Dylan Harper do almost immediately? Lob it up to Victor. I mean, that's what you got to do. He is the guy. You do that. And so you're seeing a lot of good things from this Spurs team, from the coaching staff, as Rudy mentioned, to the type of plays that are really showing them what they're going to be a lot doing, from the cutting, pick and roll. It's just so many good things from the Spurs team through the preseason game. Rudy, I don't want to be a reign of the prey, but we do have to consider it is still preseason play. We got to see when it gets to the real deal, right? But what we're trying to establish here is just simply signs that they're on the right path.
Well, I mean, I get that, don't overreact to preseason, and that's not what we're doing. We're looking at basically, hey, how does this team look in preseason? So far, everything points in the right direction. But what people have to understand too is when the season starts, then the minutes really kick in. But again, you're missing 4 guys technically when it comes to Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Jeremy Sohan, and Kelly Olynyk. Adding those 4 guys is never a negative. It's always a positive. You're adding 2 potential starters in Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox, a former starter in Jeremy Sohan, and then you're also adding a massively good veteran in Kelly Olynyk. So once those 4 guys are healthy and they are on the active roster ready to go, I mean, you're already seeing the benefits and the positives from the Spurs in preseason with a I guess a small lineup, a small taste of what you're going to see in the regular season.
Yeah.
Adding those 4 guys, I mean, what's there not to like about what we're seeing?
Yeah, and an honorable mention for me, we don't call it honorable mention. It's just a very good one. It ranked right up there, almost like close to the number one thing I had on my mind is that Wemby Cornet connection can be pretty deadly. That high-low with Wemby and Luke. Oh, my goodness. If they're playing together on that court, it likely will happen, whether he's starting or coming off the bench. Watch out, rest of the NBA and would-be defenders. He is Rudy Campos of Sweep the League and the Sports Answer. More of that later. When we get back, we're going to be discussing you guys, Locked On Spurs fan, comment. We're going to pick one today and get our reactions to it. Coming up next right here on Locked On Spurs.
Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. It's their most advanced equipment yet, designed to give you real-time guidance and endless ways to improve and move, whether you're running, lifting, cross-training with your favorite instructors. This is training reimagined. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with tools that help you plan, stay motivated, reach peak performance. You'll love how Peloton IQ system offers real-time strength coaching, tracks your reps, suggests the right weights, corrects your form, making every rep safer and smarter. Swivel Screen is a game changer. You can go from running on the Tread Plus to strength training without missing a beat. Personalized class recommendations keep you engaged. You get workouts ready to your vibe and energy level each week. So let yourself run, lift, flex, and push forward. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus today at onepeloton.com.
We're back right here on Locked On Spurs, joined by Mr. Rudy Campos of Sweep the League and the Sports Answer. And Rhino made an appearance on this episode of Locked On Spurs, as well as Miles Morales. Yeah. He was like that guy was doing the D Brown. He was doing the D Brown dunk.
Yeah. God, the D Brown dunk. I remember that. He was before Cedric Ceballos, right? With the blindfold?
I thought they competed together in the same.
No, I think D Brown was first, and then Cedric came out.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, I think that's what it was, Cedric Ceballos. Yeah. But fact, D Brown, he got hyped up the crowd. Do you remember how he hyped up the shoes?
He pumped up the shoes.
He originally debuted the pumps, the Reebok pumps, which I will be honest, I went and bought a pair after I saw D Brown do that.
And here's the thing, too. Everybody, did you know that those Reebok pumps didn't do anything? They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything.
So they tightened your ankle support.
Yeah.
It was ankle support. They just basically tightened and constricted your foot into the shoe. But yeah, it didn't make you jump higher. It didn't add an extra
jump higher. Nothing.
I made you see the jump or nothing. So
yeah. We're talking about your San Antonio Spurs as the preseason rolls on. It's closing in though. That regular season is right around the corner. Well, now technically one more preseason game and then it'll be showtime. All right, it's time for you guys, Locked On Spurs fan comments. We're gonna pick one today and see what you guys are talking about. All right, Rudy, I got one queued up here. This is from Andrew Polander. Here we go. He says, Julian Champagnie needs more playing time. PT, I would be shocked if Barnes and his expiring contract are not moved by the February deadline. All right, thank you for that comment there, Andrew Polander. I agree with you. Let's start in pieces. All right, start off with Julian Champagnie. I agree with you. I think Champagnie definitely deserves more playing time if he can remain as hot as he's been throughout the preseason play. That is very key for him. He's got to show that he can continue and be consistent in knocking down those threes. We showed the shot chart earlier. We saw the Spurs are shooting well from beyond the arc, or at least deep twos, and Julian's a big part of that. We saw this last year, Rudy, where Julian was hot to start the season. I mean, it was just I felt like almost half a season, and then that All-Star break came, and then he, just kind of was a non-factor there. But I believe Julian is close to one of the biggest X factors for the Spurs this season. If he can be that leader in floor spacing, I think he'll definitely deserve more playing time. I think I see him a new role this year. I think he's got to be coming off the bench this year, right?
Yeah, and quick shout out to the fan that left a comment. If you were watching last year, Jeff and I, we always bragged about how the best lineup on the Spurs. You can even go look up the stats. Julian was a part of, I think, the top 2 or 3 lineups.
Yeah.
So that goes to show that he needs more playing time. And
Mhm.
you mentioned him being an X factor, 100%. He's one of the X factors this year
Oh, yeah.
because he's the guy that's going to get lost in translation.
Mhm.
He's going to get lost in translation. I'm sorry. So guys like De'Aaron, Stephon, they're going to get all the love and everything, but he's going to be the one to hit those key shots as you're seeing in preseason right now. And as you saw last season, I hope they don't go away from him. I hope they give him the minutes that he deserves.
Mhm.
He's worked hard. His shooting is phenomenal.
It is.
He needs
Yeah.
more playing time. Whether he's a starter again, I don't think I'm going to go that far. But for right now, Julian, I mean, what do you think? 18, 20 minutes a game?
I'll take it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably what we would look at, right?
And that might be his sweet spot right there. You figure what, about 5-6 minutes to get rhythm, and then after that should be all right. All right. Well, let's break it down. This comment here from Andrew Polander. He also says that he would be shocked if Barnes and his expiring contract are not moved by the February deadline. Now, thank you for that comment, Andrew. Now, I can see where he's going with this because you talked about this with me on The Answer. Derek Irvin mentioned it with us in studio there. They do have a glut at that position. That position, it is logjam. It's not just Barnes. It's Barnes. It's Devin. It's Keldon. Who else am I missing here? Champagnie. Yeah.
You can throw Champagnie. Sohan is another
Sohan.
one. I mean,
Yeah.
this is about. I mean, not only that, you're not going to trade Carter Bryant, so he just got there. So you've got about 5 guys. If you take Sohan out, you got about 5 guys right there. You know, that's what we talked about. It's a logjam. He's saying that they wouldn't trade.
No, that he'll be shocked if they don't move him. But
they don't.
Yeah.
You know, I've been blasting it everywhere that I think the Spurs have one more big move left before the trade deadline.
Mhm.
I think Barnes is a guy that every team's going to want, and it's going to be a team that might even be either just completely out of the playoff picture and they're trying to just free themselves up for cap for the upcoming agency. But it also could be a team like Oklahoma City, somebody like that who veteran that, that guy that can come in, knock a key shot every now and then. So I think Barnes is going to be a hot commodity. Don't forget, guys like Lauri Markkanen, Giannis, even like I mentioned, Austin Reeves, who everybody gave me trouble with. These guys are potentially on the move. So Barnes is going to have to be somewhere in there because those teams right there, they're going to want expiring contracts in return. Harrison Barnes is a key factor. So yeah, I kind of agree. If a move's going to be made, Barnes is probably going to be involved in that.
Yeah, even if a team that's either on the playoff bubble or that team that needs that extra push to be a serious threat in the postseason or the Eastern Conference, Western Conference. Let's just say I'm making this up here. You're a Clippers team and you just need that one more guy to really be a threat. Or you're Orlando. Can you imagine Harrison Barnes on a young Orlando team? I mean, that'd be pretty good for them. Yeah, that'd be really good for them to just help them get over that hump there. So he definitely would be an enticing player. But yeah, I mean, you got to really put that in perspective because the Spurs do have a lot of swing man. We even mentioned like Dylan Harper. I mean, he's big enough to play that position. Yeah. So yeah, Carter Bryant, I forgot about him. Yeah, but yeah, I would hate to see Harrison go, but if the move's going to be made and if he's one of those guys, then yes, Spurs got to do what the Spurs got to do and help to improve the team where there is to trade for one more guy to help this team be a legit threat. I mean, they're a threat right now in the West, but like a solid, legit, this team can challenge for like a 4th seed or a 3rd seed. Yeah, I can see where they might go that way with Barnes. All right, thank you for that comment there, Andrew Polander. We appreciate it. Everybody else, keep them coming because the regular season is right around the corner, so we'll still need your help here. Rudy, we've been talking about the Sports Answer. What is this new thing that people can catch on YouTube? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so basically you want to go to YouTube and search The Answer Now TV, hit that subscribe button. That's where you're going to find the Sports Answer. Wherever you got sports questions, Derek and I will do our best to give you the actual sports answer. Recently, we've had Jeff on the show. He's going to be back on a few more times, and everybody was surprised because we had you in studio. So that was the big thing there. But yeah, man, I mean, we talk anything and everything. It's the best half hour in sports talk in San Antonio. So you want to catch it, be sure to go to The Answer Now TV on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you're not left out. And also quick shout out, Sweep the League Network. all you got to do is search Sweep the League TV on YouTube, hit that subscribe button as well. Got a lot of stuff going on there, from grading the market to the coin flip is another show being out of the Sweep the League network. So just busy all around.
No, well, congratulations, Rudy. Doing a lot of good stuff, whether it's on The Answer or at Sweep the League. Keep it going. Just onwards and upwards, man. Everybody else, make sure to follow him on X at Sweep the League while you're at it. Rudy, thank you for your time for joining us here on a Tuesday here at Locked On Spurs. Hate to break the news to you already. We're going to probably the next show is we'll have a special guest coming in tomorrow, but the next non-special guest show, probably look at the other side of the coin, the back stuff that we don't like in the Spurs through the preseason. So we'll be discussing that soon. But again, thank you, Rudy, for your time. And for everybody else, keep on subscribing to Locked On Spurs. We definitely appreciate it. We're going to need those numbers. Regular season is right around the corner, so let's boost those numbers, get them higher than they are right now. Subscribe on the Locked On Spurs YouTube page, iTunes, Spotify, Campos Plus app. Continue being in every day. We appreciate it. And check out Locked On NBA. It's on YouTube. Just go search Locked On NBA, find it, click on it, subscribe, and you're good to go. So do that right now. So for Rudy Campos, I am Jeff Garcia. What we're going to do, we're going to put a lock on this episode of Locked On Spurs.